You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you in part by Reaper Arsenal Coffee. Smells like freedom. Dan, what do you got there, mister?
Oh, we're just action-packed here today,
Ooh.
John and Heidi.
Is it fun-filled as well?
It's, it's pretty exciting. I'm feeling pretty good about what we put together.
It's good. Very good.
I take this very seriously.
I know you do.
It's what I do.
Well, you are an award-winning journalist.
There is that.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Charlie Watts is 80 today.
80.
80.
I'm amazed because I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
Well, you're going to be impressed when I tell you.
All right, I'm ready.
He's a drummer for the Rolling Stones.
Holy cow. And he's 80 and he's still out drumming.
They're still doing it. Yeah, it's crazy. Charlie wears a suit.
Oh, yeah.
On stage.
Now that you say that, I did know that.
Not your standard issue rock and roller.
Yeah.
And he's never in trouble, and he's never in the news, and he's been doing it forever and ever
He's
and ever
80.
and ever and ever and ever.
Huh.
Wayne Brady, who I just absolutely loved
I
on
think he's adorable.
The Brady Bunch.
the original Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, that's what it's from.
Actually, it would be pretty funny to see him in the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
One of these things is not like the other.
He's the other Brady.
He's 49 today.
Nice.
Dana Garvey, of course, SNL fame.
Yeah, Dana Carvey's a funny dude.
He's 66 and kind of a homeboy, hailing from beautiful Sioux City, Iowa. Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Mathers, the Beaver,
Yeah.
is 73 today.
Holy cow.
Yep, how about that?
That's he grew up on TV. You know, that was
Yeah, he was so adorable.
Yeah.
He was such a cute little
To this
kid.
day, my older brother, Oogie, whenever I talk to him, he goes, I watch reruns of Leave It to Beaver. He goes, boy, that reminds me of us growing up. I'm like, dude, I don't know where you grew up, but Nope. 1896. Without this guy, we probably would not be having this discussion on these airwaves. Italian engineer and inventor Guglielmo Marconi applies for the first ever patent for a system of wireless telegraphy.
Yeah.
How about
became
that?
radio.
Yeah, dude brought us radio. How about that? 1928, Kraft Company introduces a real game changer, and I mean a game changer. Ladies and gentlemen, 1928 this day, grab a slab of Velveeta cheese.
And it's not even cheese, it's Velveeta cheese food.
I actually love Velveeta. It's
can't
one of
call
those
it
guilty
cheese.
pleasures that...
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
100%
You can
non-natural.
Caulk the bathroom with it.
Yeah, probably could.
And we mentioned Charlie Watts, Rolling Stones drummer, is 80 today. It was also this day in 1964, the Rolling Stones begin their very first U.S. tour.
wow.
Starting in Lynn, Massachusetts. 25 years later, in 1989, I would see them in Minneapolis.
Nice.
And I remember sitting there going, yeah, this has got to be it for them.
Yeah.
I'm
Getting
sure they'll
along
be
and
closing
along
up
in the
shop.
And, in 2019, they wrapped up their No Filters tour. So 55 years after their first tour, they were still doing it.
Have they ever done a
Crazy.
final tour? Because there's some that have
Nope.
done like 9 final tours.
No, they have never,
They've never
ever
called it a final tour.
Ever. Never.
Yeah.
Nope. And they didn't get out last year, of course, because of the pandemic. And who knows now? And what else is incredible, being a rock and roll band for that long, they've still got 3 of the original members, Mick, of course, Keith, and Charlie Watts, who we mentioned.
Yeah.
Ronnie Wood is not an original, but he's been with them since the 70s. And Bill Wyman, original bass player, he retired a while back and married his 27th wife or something.
Holy cow.
But still 3 of the original members, which
Yeah.
is crazy.
That's pretty
It
cool.
is.
There you go. I know now. You know. We all know, and we can just get after this thing.
We will do exactly that. It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you in part by Reaper Arsenal Coffee. Smells like freedom. Are you ready to travel again?
Join us for the best week of your life.
The Sands is an immersive Gen X era experience for 5 sun-filled and fun-filled days at Dreams and Secrets all-inclusive resorts in Cancun.
Enjoy music from Billy Idol,
Cheap Trick,
Little River Band,
The Hooters,
Tesla,
Wang Chung,
Firehouse,
Honeymoon Suite,
CNC Music Factory,
The Jets, and more.
Make plans to join us for the Sands.
October 25th through 30th.
Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
That's radiotravelgroup.com. And it is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. What do you find interesting today, wise man?
Just a wise man.
You're a wise man.
Yeah, you know that whole the older the wiser thing? That's made up.
Is it really?
That's just total fabrication. Dateline, Ventura, California. Found this interesting. The majestic Ventura Theater, which, like the rest of them, forced to close its door during the pandemic, they spent that downtime doing some remodeling.
Oh, cool.
That's what they did. They dug in, doing some rewiring and looking around because, I mean, the place is pretty darn old. It was a trip down memory lane that Colleen Diston did not see coming. While workers were busy, they stumbled over a few things, including a wallet that Colleen had lost 46 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Found in the Majestic Theater last week. Historic theater, been an iconic venue since the 1920s. Blah, 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 on and on. They were doing this, that, and the other thing. They dropped a chandelier from the ceiling, actually. Brought it down. And the wallet just kind of came tumbling down.
So how did her wallet get
weird.
in there?
That's what everybody else was saying. It's like, what the? One of the workers, a Mr. Stevens, Tom Stevens, said, yeah, I looked down, and there was this little red wallet. Posted driver's license on the Facebook page for the theater. Attracted a lot of attention. Eventually, they found the owner, Colleen, of course, to which she said, this is really emotional. I mean, this is wonderful. It really is. Inside the wallet were photos of friends from her high school days, some poetry she'd written, a Grateful Dead concert ticket.
Oh, wow.
Now they're still saying, we're not sure how it got in the attic.
Really?
But
That's
see,
bizarre.
I went, okay, if she had a Grateful Dead ticket,
Yeah,
I pretty much know how
she
it
might
got
have
in the
been,
attic. Like, hey, Usher, why don't you...
Got all
Hey,
hopped up.
hey, projector guy, why
Yeah.
don't you step upstairs? So, yeah, that's I just kind of found that interesting. How would you like that to happen to you? All of a sudden, something you lost forever
that would be
ago,
great.
probably even forgot about,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, here it is.
Have you ever found something that you thought was lost forever and all of a sudden, like years later, you found it?
Oh, let's see. My perspective.
Still looking for my self-respect.
I was at a friend's wedding, and this was, 40 years ago. And I had I borrowed my brother's, he had a Thunderbird that he was working on. Anyway, I took Thunderbird, cool car. And as a groomsman in Short But Squeaky's wedding, real name Bobby Pratcher, we all got money clips.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the money clip was, I think it was a buffalo head nickel was part of the money clip. Pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, neat.
Anyway, I rolled, I'm like 21 years old.
Right.
So I, put my thousands of dollars of cash in that money clip and my tuxedo pants driving around, whatever. And it occurred to me later that night after the reception and everything else, it was gone. The money clip was gone.
Yeah.
Just gone. I tore things apart for about a year or so in that car, as my brother was a mechanic back then. That Thunderbird just sat under a canopy for the longest time and whatever. And suddenly, probably a year and a half or 2 years after the fact, he comes and goes, is this your money clip? Was in the car, which I had gone through probably three times looking for that darn thing and didn't find it. But there it was. So
One time when we moved, I had boxed up a watch that Heidi had gotten me for Christmas, and then I didn't unpack that box for like 4 years. Then I opened it up, and it was like Christmas all over again. I'm like, oh, hey, I love this watch.
Yeah, little
Fun
treasures.
stuff.
That can happen.
Well, this has been Stuff Dan Finds Interesting on the John and Heidi Show.
Addiction. It's a problem for many, and addiction can drive away those who love you the most. Addiction can also lead to the loss of jobs, broken relationships, and, if you're not careful, addiction can even cost you your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. We want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Time now for your morning coffee break, brought to you by Kaladi's Bistro on the corner of 26th and Minnesota Avenue in Sioux Falls. Dan Farris back in the studio here. I was at Kaladi's twice yesterday, by the way.
Yeah, it becomes kind of, it's been kind of my second office for about 10 years.
2 different meetings that I got to pick where we were doing it. I'm like, Pilates. And then I picked the other, and I'm like, Pilates. Then I looked at my calendar. I was like, oh, wow, I got 2 meetings in one day at Pilates.
And I've never heard anybody say no. They say, well, where do you want to get together? And I'll say Pilates. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good place to meet.
Let's give something away because I'm feeling gosh darn generous, and frankly, it doesn't cost me a dime.
Oh, okay.
Giving away an oil change from the good folks at Tire Motive, driven by
that.
service on North Marion Road. The good stuff. And, hey, come on down, Scott Wise.
Yay! Good job, Scott. Woo!
Yeah, we'll change a little
I actually
skip.
have to make a oil change appointment. I
should, too.
Do.
We don't. We can just roll in there whenever we want.
I think anybody can.
I've pulled up there like midnight, and I just call them.
It's like, hey,
I'm here. It's kind of dark here. What are you doing?
get your PJs on and get down here.
Yeah, no big deal. Let's see what's going on. Let's talk a couple of things. Water. Let's talk aqua. A bunch of the pools are now open. They delayed a little bit because weather was a little hanky on Friday and Saturday. Pools are open in Sioux Falls, except they are still, and this is mind-boggling,
what's that?
About 50 lifeguards short.
That's
50?
insane.
50?
About 50.
50 lifeguards short.
Yeah, because for years and years, that's just the primo, high
Right,
school
that's the
job,
best job.
college kid job.
The best
It is a
job.
great
In case you forgot, a month or so ago, we mentioned that
Yeah.
the city is they just roll around in cash down there.
I don't know that they
Pretty
do that.
much.
They do at City Hall. There's
Like
money.
Scrooge McDuck.
Money's falling out of the
Swimming in it.
Mayor's lighting cigars with $100
I
bills.
don't think any of that's accurate, but
Then I love where John has to go.
no, I just want to
no.
make sure everybody knows that we're just having fun.
But they're offering far more money.
Oh, really?
Much bigger hourly wage for parks and rec jobs this year than they certainly have in the past. So again,
we should all do that. Get
if
off the
you're-
air and go lifeguarding.
if you're looking, go because I think last time I checked, it was I want to say $37 an hour
Is it really?
plus benefits.
I don't think that's accurate either.
They'll pay for your college education.
Wow. Gonna have some kids checking into it for
It's
sure
pretty
right now.
nuts. And then water on the other end of the thing. We are now officially, I guess, stage 1 watering schedule for Sioux Falls applies to all residential, commercial, industrial, and city facilities. Here's the breakout you need to follow starting now.
Now.
Watering lawns is prohibited from noon till 5.
Oh.
Okay.
Users with even-numbered addresses can water lawns on even-numbered days.
Oh, okay.
So it makes sense that odd-numbered addresses can
Right.
water lawns on odd-numbered days.
How odd and how even is that?
But then I'm thinking, okay, what if you just grab the neighbor's hose and water your lawn?
Oh, see, there you go. There's always a loophole.
You'd have to run it across the street because one side is all odd and one side is all even.
This stuff can get kind of murky.
There's always loopholes.
And then we get really, really, really just defined here. You can still water gardens, vegetables, flower, shrubbery, trees, ground covers, plants, and vines any time of the day.
Okay.
See, this is where nothing makes any sense whatsoever.
But it's the grass
Just
that
your
they're
grass.
talking about.
Just
This-
don't water
right.
your
And
whole
this is my
lawn.
favorite
water that
part.
anyway.
You can do the aforementioned items if you use a non-leaking hose
What?
with a handheld. Hey, I'm just reading what's written here.
A non-leaking
A
hose?
non-leaking
I
hose
don't own any of those.
with
All my
a,
hoses have holes all
with
over
a
the place.
handheld nozzle that shuts off when released. Give maybe the idea an attorney wrote this.
I got a feeling,
Most
yeah.
likely.
And it was probably written by committee as well. So
And if you need more information, and good Lord, I hope you don't, you can just contact City Hall.
yeah, tell me more about these non-leaky hoses. Where does one buy a non-leaking hose?
Then hit them up for $100. It's just laying around.
They got plenty.
If you go be a lifeguard for a while, they'll give you some money.
Yeah, the lifeguard thing, man, I would jump all over that if
It
I was.
sounds like a good opportunity.
Yeah, and it's nice dough, and
Yeah.
And you get to enjoy the weather.
Yeah.
there you go. Exactly. So there you go.
Cool stuff. Dan, thank you for the update, sir.
Hey, my pleasure, guys. It's really the least I can do.
You going to come back again tomorrow? Will you join us again?
I don't know. You've been a little cranky.
Well, I get a little hangry this time of day. It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you in part by SiouxEmpireJobs.com.
If you're looking for special prices on some pretty amazing products, check out the website radiosavings.com. We're adding new items all the time, so you might find something cool. And you can save money when you buy stuff at radiosavings.com. One other thing many people like, many of the products you'll find at radiosavings.com are made in the USA. Good quality items at great prices. Radiosavings.com.
We can save you more.
Radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Time now for Back to the Basics in Healthcare with Balanced Life Chiropractic, and I've got Dr. Harley with me. How you doing, Dr. Harley?
Good morning, John. I'm doing great. It was a wonderful weekend. It's always, turned out to have pretty nice weather, so it's always good to have that extra day off, right?
Absolutely. And now it's June. We're into a whole new month, and June is Men's Health Month, right?
Yeah, so this month we're going to be focusing a lot on just men's health awareness, just, all the kind of the different things that men can kind of deal with different than women, and how we're able to help them with a lot of those different issues.
So are men a little more stubborn when it comes to this kind of thing? Kind of like, I'm fine. I can walk it off. I don't need any help.
Oh, you tell me, John. You're the expert, right?
Well, I can pretend to be a man for a second here. I think that it seems like a lot of the time, and I know men who have hurt themselves pretty bad, and then it takes a lot before they finally get help. Is that a kind of a common thing?
Yeah, it kind of is. I mean, it's even my husband's that way. He's everything's fine. Pain's normal. It's fine. Like, I'll ask him what's wrong. He's like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
You can obviously tell that he's not feeling so great.
So this is the month for men to maybe take a look at their health and say, okay, maybe I should get that thing fixed.
Yeah, it's never a bad idea just to go have a checkup to make sure everything's running great. The fluids are flowing, the valves are tight, that kind of stuff. Looking at it like a car, right?
There you go.
It's a great way for men to look at their health is look at it a car. You want to take care of your car, right?
Get as many miles out of us as possible.
Exactly. Imagine if you had one car your entire life and you had to, drive that. You'd take great care of that, right? Otherwise, it's not going to get you very far.
Absolutely. You'd be broken down on the side of the road somewhere.
Yeah, and that's how people are with their bodies, especially men, unfortunately. I don't mean to pick on the men.
That's okay. I get it, and I think we all understand that.
Yeah, they tend to push it off, and it's the women, the wives, the moms, whoever, they're telling hey, you should go to the doctor, you should do this, and they just don't listen, right? So
it reminds me, I remember seeing a meme or like a picture on Facebook where it said something about when it comes to health, men are stubborn, and then a man spray painted, no, we're not, underneath of it, which kind of made me laugh. But I think that sometimes we are stubborn, aren't we?
A little bit. So, a little pain is normal, being a little sore, achy from working out too hard or, pushing the lawnmower too fast, that kind of stuff. But if it doesn't go away and it's been going on for a while, pain's not normal. It's our body's way saying something, hey, something's not right, fix it.
And I know one other time you mentioned that's kind of like the warning light, so when that warning light comes on, it's not the light that's the problem. That pain that we're feeling is telling me that, hey, there's another issue somewhere else. And I think that's also a great analogy.
Exactly, yeah. It's kind of crazy to think how many car analogies you can use for your own body, but it makes more sense to a lot of people in that aspect of it. So, get the check engine light checked out, make sure everything's tuned up and working out okay.
And if somebody listening is going, okay, I'd like to get maybe a little information on chiropractic care. I'm sure there are some people listening that have used chiropractic care in the past, but for somebody that hasn't, it's not as scary as they might think, is it?
No, it's safe, it's gentle. We walk you through the whole process, explaining what's what and how we're going to be able to help. So we make it, just kind of easy for people to come into the office and learn more about their health.
If somebody would like to take that first step and maybe learn a little more about chiropractic care from Balanced Life Chiropractic, how do they get a hold of you?
Our number is 605-215-1785, or you can shoot us a message on our Facebook, Balanced Life Chiropractic.
And you can also find them online at balancedlifesd.com.
I kind of feel like I've been talking about BetterCreditCards.com forever now, but we want to mention that BetterCreditCards.com is designed to help you get a better credit card. Why should that matter to you? Because this can save you money every single month. There's no fee to check it out, so when you get a minute, click on the website BetterCreditCards.com and see if we can help you find a better credit card. Do it today. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner, brought to you by Reaper Arsenal.
Well, I'm ruggedly handsome. I'm a heck of a man. I mess around with nature whenever I can.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir, I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I love the little critters and the big critters, too. Like to cook them up in a tasty stew.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir, I'm Ranger Dan. Well, it's time for Critter Corner right here on Sunny. If you like the show, then send me some money.
He's Ranger Dan.
Cash and credit card only. Yes, sir, I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Heartfelt snappy salute off the well-starched brim of the Ranger Dan cap to you, too. What's going on over there, Drew? Hello, Heidi.
Ranger Dan.
Boy, did you guys see this story? Young lady right here in Sioux Falls, Washington High School, I guess, home of the Warriors of Washington High School. Senior, she wrote some poetic thing.
Oh, yeah, poet laureate thing.
She wrote a poem and got a check for $20,000. Some contest, and I don't remember the name of it, but I thought, what the heck is that all about?
That's cool. Congrats, young lady. Very cool.
I've read poetry, and most of the time I just go, this doesn't even rhyme. But somebody's paying good money for that. And I had no idea there was money with that stuff. $20,000. Well, it just so happens, Ranger Dan is somewhat of a wordsmith himself.
Here we go.
We've known for years.
Seeing as how there's some moolah out there, some cash, some dinero, some gravy, some pretty heavy-duty lettuce for it, I took a little time the past weekend here, and, I drafted a little something up. I really kind of got in touch with my sensitive side. Some real heart-touching, soul-searching, uplifting, life-affirming stuff.
All right.
Just bear with me a second. Here we go. Kind of set the mood. You want to dim?
Do we need to snap or anything?
Can you dim the lights down there, Kevin?
Oh, yeah. Is that good? Is that
and
right?
here we go. And, of course, because it's my poetry, it has to do with critters. Because that makes darn sense. So here we go. You may want to grab a tissue. Pheasant with a broken toe, stumbling about in the frozen snow. I lured him to me with some bread. I wanted a sandwich, so now he's dead. Well, that's all the time we have today, little Radio Rangers. I hope that touched you as much as it makes me feel touched, and I'm touched on a lot of levels. So next Critter Corner, this is Ranger Dan out. Say it with me.
Yes, sir.
Addiction. It's a problem for many, and addiction can drive away those who love you the most. Addiction can also lead to the loss of jobs, broken relationships, and, if you're not careful, addiction can even cost you your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. We want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Wednesday, June 2nd, 2021. U.S. stocks ended mixed on Tuesday, pairing earlier gains as weakness in technology stocks offset gains made in energy, materials, and financials as investors continue to monitor inflation fears. Treasury yields ticked up as the benchmark 10-year Treasury yield hovered above 1.6%. Investors are waiting to receive a number of new economic data reports about the U.S. labor market, including the May jobs report on Friday, as it signals whether the economy is getting closer to the Federal Reserve's goal of achieving maximum employment before pulling back on monetary policy support. Economists expect to see about 674,000 jobs created in May. Most agree inflation is upon us, while there seems to be some disagreement on the duration and the extent of higher prices. The result of supply shortages and recovering demand could force the Federal Reserve to hike interest rates and curb asset purchases sooner, and you can expect the market to react should that occur. You can get the inside track at marketbeatminute.com.